You're looking at? I'm looking at the desert. There's nothing there, but it's still fucking hot. Yeah, I definitely saw this quote. I'm so sorry. What's up guys, Kuroo here, and today with another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, don't. This game seems pretty good, pretty interesting. Hopefully we get more action in this episode, so let's not talk so much and jump right into it. Let's continue from where we left the last time. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Nobody likes it. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, let's write this poem. We can do this. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you like, you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Wow, there's so much. Can we skip the pages? Okay, so I think the blue or black haired one was Yuri. She liked horror, so which one should we go for? Go with the tsundere? Go with the airhead? Or go with the cute shy girl? Well. What should we take? Okay. Masaka. That's pretty hard, to be honest. Horror and what else did you like? Fantasy, right? Horror. After image. Frightening. Oop. They wrote this wrong. It's definitely going to be with another B, right? At the end. Fear, fluffy, hop free, cheer, shiny, precious, amazing, portrait, uncanny, horror, awesome. Awesome is always great, right? Crimson, heartbeat, misfortune, eternity, death, dark, excitement. Doki Doki is always great. Suicide, universe. Okay, so I guess if you get the right things, the girl on the right left side will jump. Where's the last one? I want to date Monika. Shopping, hurt, prayer, jiggle, puppy, dream. Okay, we wrote the perfect poem. That's how I write my poems. Hi again, Kuroo. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I was thinking about running away, but then I saw your smile and I just couldn't. Okay, I should stop this. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Kuroo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too, and the year before this. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Oh, so she does have mangas too. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Kuroo always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh, I would definitely choose you over her. How come you and Kuroo can become good friends too? Sayori, As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to worst situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Yeah, I'm sorry Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Holy shit, I'm smooth as fuck. Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. This is... Oh my god, that's like a dream. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it on your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. Wait, does she have 2 copies of the same book? More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hate her phrase even deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? He really does think like me. Well, now it feels like I've already played this game, but I certainly did not. And I didn't even look at some gameplay. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. That's actually so cute. I wish some girl would buy me a book and read them with me. So, if any girl out there wants to read a book together with me, I'm open for it. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. I don't think so. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. Whoever wrote this book is a genius. Like, why are prisoners who escaped in a high school? Like, what happened there? No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's pretty dark. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ahaha! Yuri gently jiggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kuroo? No, I'm definitely not. I feel like she's going to kill me once I turn my back to her. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. I literally wrote like the poem a few minutes ago and you already forget this. Wow, great. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, one you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rumbling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. In you, that is. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Hahaha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. You can even sit on my lap. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Hey, you have your own book, don't read from mine. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. That's going way too smooth, guys. That's never good. Nothing in life goes so smooth. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Maybe they touch fingers now. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in a corner of my vision and I can smell her shampoo. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? Whoa, I think she really thinks I'm stupid. Like I can't read or something. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn a page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition, not violation. Whoops. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Sounds like a poem to me. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Kuroo, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh wait, I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute, like you are. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone, the teacher is here, get ready. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, of course I did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never done this before, but yeah, I guess I wrote a perfect poem. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is on wrinkled sheets of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. By the way guys, I also have a pristine handwriting, if you guys always wanted to know. A very beautiful, girly handwriting, that's what my teacher told me. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complete as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. So, who should I show my poem to first? Of course to Yuri, man, we wrote it for her. Yuri seems to be the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri, huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trades off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more fully. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberately. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both of the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if the me-er-nor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Maybe she's even apologizing to a ghost, who knows. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. I don't, I just want to read your poem, maybe it's about me. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bath. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Yeah. It's a great poem. I mean, Ghosts Under the Light. It's about light and ghosts, about the future and the past. There's something romantic about it. Every time you talk about the future, the present, the past, about the living, about the dead, it's always something to do with romance. So, a great poem, 10 out of 10. It's way better than the poem I wrote. And I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. She's like definitely one of those in class who says like, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at something, and then gets full marks, and then I didn't know. I was actually thinking I was really bad, but then I'm perfect. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Yeah. After she saw like my handwriting, of course she would think hers is bad. I mean, if she's a 10 out of 10, I'm like a 15 out of 10, right? But it took you a long time to read. And now she's being rude, man. I think she really just thinks I can't read. I'm stupid or some shit. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Okay, that's really rude now. I think she's thinking we're stupid. That's pretty mean. I know what she's... Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Is it some kind of fetish? Are you into ghosts? That's a pretty bold question to ask. Next time I see someone of you guys, I'm going to ask, are you into ghosts? Are you into feet? Are you into tentacles? I'm sorry. Actually, the story isn't about the ghost at all, Kuroo. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. No man, I took like so long to read it and... But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. I only thought that it's about a ghost. That's impressive, huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so yeah, she probably thinks it was impressively bad. Nah, if anything I could probably learn a thing or two from you, so maybe you should give me some private lessons. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kuroo. Oh, now my heart's open. Oh, me too. So, I guess that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, then please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it helps me out a lot. I really enjoyed this game somehow. So, who do you guys want me to see next? I'm actually thinking Monika's also pretty cute. And Natsuki is also cute. The only one I don't really like right now is Sayuri, I guess. So, who's your favorite character now? That would be pretty interesting to know, to be honest. So yeah, you better save this in a new empty slot because I feel like we're going to mess up something. So, yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace.